So I have a scenario for the lady. So it seems like pretty much everyone except for maybe two girls on the panel feel that if you give up your stuff, he needs to give up his stuff, and it's equal between the two. So let's go into a scenario real quick. So we both live in the same neighborhood, okay? You grew up in a poor family. I grew up in a rich family, okay? When I turn 18, I get an inheritance of $1 million, $2 million, right? You, on the other hand, you grew up in a poor family, you don't get anything. But, 20 years passes by and you scale up a business, you go to school, get a degree, you end up with $2 million yourself. We meet at a high school reunion, and you find out that 20 years, I took my inheritance and I partied and I had my fun and I bought a bunch of cocaine and some hookers and went to Vegas every other week, etc. And I lost all my money, gambled, did a bunch of stupid shit with it. But you scaled up businesses, invested in real estate. You did all the right things to become wealthy, whereas I got the wealth and I spent it like a retard. We meet at the reunion and I start giving you financial advice. I start telling you, hey, you should start really investing in this cryptocurrency. I know people are saying it's a scam, but I think it's good. And I think you got, live a little bit, man. There's nothing wrong with going on vacation and banging some hookers every now and then, have fun. What would your response be to me after telling you this? Would you take my financial advice? Would you take anything I say seriously? We'll start right here and go back around.
I feel like I'm taking it with a little grain of salt, you know, because you did grow up in a rich family. You might have a little bit more background than I do. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying I'm gonna play by play do what you do, but But
clearly I'm broke now, and you pretty much built up your wealth. So you would take me seriously?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
That means I'm hearing you, yes.
But
like I'm listening, yes. But that doesn't mean that when we leave here, I'm about to write down what you say and I'm about to do a play-by-play on that.
Okay, so you're gonna take it with a big grain of salt. Okay. So yeah, because a grain of salt means like, okay, you know what? But you're gonna take it with a big grain of salt. Okay. So you're gonna be polite, in other words. You'll listen to me, but it's like, man, this nigga don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't gotta tell you that I'm not gonna listen to you.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Would you take me seriously?
No.
Why not?
Because where your money at now, like where'd it go? So I would take that into consideration. Like, yeah, maybe it worked for the moment, but that's when you make a risk, it's either you losing or winning, but that's too big of a risk to make.
All right. Would you take my financial advice seriously?
Nah, because what you said wasn't shit. You ain't tell me, oh, be careful not to do none of this. You just told me to go waste money.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you to live a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like I'll probably live a little bit. You feel me? A little nice little vacation, probably in the summer, once a year, twice a year. You feel me? It depends on your stats.
Okay. Well, I'm broke now. Remember, I lost a lot of my money.
Yeah, you was doing cocaine and hookers.
So you ain't gotta take me seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Nina, what about you?
Hell no, Richard.
Okay.
I would never.
I would smile and nod and take myself to another table.
Fantastic.
You know what? That actually sounds like a plan. Because $2 million, that's a big ass bag to fumble.
Not that
is. No, I wouldn't take you serious.
You wouldn't?
No.
I wouldn't, because you said you grew up in it.
Yep.
So
I inherited the money.
Make it.
I didn't make it, yeah.
If anything, I would give you advice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not taking your advice because it's like you had it from the beginning and I had to work for it and you still fumbled the bag. So
I didn't even bring it back up.
Yeah, you didn't even like.
So, ladies.
You triggered my trap card.
That's exactly how men feel about women that say, well, you need to take care of yours. You got to get rid of your Instagram and no guys night out, whatever. Because the reality is this, ladies. Men are self-made millionaires. You guys are all trust fund babies, whether you want to accept it or not. Women are born with value. Because you could be 21 years old, get invited to a party with a bunch of celebs and get put in social situations that a man can never, ever dream of. I guarantee all of you at some point have probably been at a party or met a celebrity or whatever, whereas like a guy your age is never going to get the same opportunities. So I always laugh when women say, well, you need to delete your Instagram or you can't go on guys' nights out, etc. No, we're not the same because I have to create my value. And if I create my value, I should be able to enjoy my value. You, on the other hand, you have a finite amount of time to get the best guy you can with your value. So we don't play by the same set of rules. Men or women are not equal. Okay? So I always laugh because it's essentially the same exact principle. Trust fund baby is trying to tell a self-made millionaire how to spend their money, which is why I always laugh when women say this stuff. Go ahead.
Gotcha, bitch.
So
Please go ahead.
we bleed every month. We have your kids.
We labor, we cook, we clean.
Sacrifice.
You know how much it not for with that labor cooking clean.
Let's let her
you
finish
know
her,
how. Oh
let's
yeah.
let her finish her point.
We're
So
supposed to give you the best sex ever in the bed.
And
We're supposed to
cook.
keep it classy, beautiful, sexy, all the time glamorous. And we can't even go to brunch or go out with our girls at least once.
well,
a
we're
week.
being specific with girls on the night out, clubs, etc. We're like brunch is one thing, but I'm talking about like situations where there's alcohol involved, men trying to fuck you. We're being specific to
Well, we're not going to fuck guys. We're not going out to fuck guys. We're going to enjoy ourselves. So we're not. So that boundary has to be set. You know, we already know we're in a relationship. We know
girl
we're not gonna
goes to a club just to fuck unless they're a hoe. For the most part, girls go to have fun with their friends and get lit.
So why are you guys so afraid of us
The
going
problem
out?
is
They black
guys
out.
go to hunt and kill.
Mhm.
So as a result, we're just saying in that environment, you may not want to do it, but things happen. And like I said earlier, it's falling the dick.
Mhm.
And trust me, I've seen a lot of girls who are in relationships and married and still leave with guys who are
True.
single.
I got something for her to answer that. So I got a question for you specifically since you're asking this, okay? Let's go into a dream world scenario one more time. All right. What's your dream car?
A Porsche truck.
Kioso.
Like, what is that called? The Cayenne or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
something
What is that, like 80, 100K?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you buy one, right? Let's say you go to the car dealership, right? You walk in and you see that car, favorite color, pink, right? And you talk to the dealer.
Yeah.
And you're able to get it for a good deal. 0 mileage on it. Looks great. You know, your favorite color.
Mhm.
And you pay cash for it because it's your dream. You don't give a fuck. You're like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. You drive it off the lot,
Mhm.
right? Take it home, show it on Instagram. You're like, yeah, this shit lit. This is awesome. All your friends telling you, oh, you got a badass truck. I love it. And then the dealer shows up at your house, 2 weeks later. Says, hey, listen, man, I know we sold you the car and you're really enjoying it and everything, but we're going to need you to allow us to put it in the showroom, at least once every 2 weeks and maybe have some people test drive it. Okay. Because we're short on this vehicle. How would that make you feel?
You gonna pay me for it? Yeah.
No,
I was gonna
they're
say
not.
that.
They're not.
Am I getting any publicity off of
You're
this?
not getting anything. They're just going to put your car there on display because there's not many of them around. How'd that make you feel?
They don't even know that
As
you
long
own
as
it.
I can like dress up cute and greet the rich people.
No, you're not gonna be there.
No, you cannot take my car.
Oh, really? Interesting.
You triggered my trap card!
That's exactly how men feel when they get with a girl, right? Whether they marry her or put her in a serious relationship,
Yeah.
and then she wants to go around and parade herself out for other people. The vehicle is purchased, but they still want to have a for sale sign on it. Now I know what you guys are gonna probably say. We're not cars, Myron. That's fucking misogynistic. Listen, I'm just giving you guys the male perspective on how we view relationships. When a man claims you, right? Men are very territorial and they don't want to get embarrassed. No one wants to see their car being driven around or looked at by a bunch of other people when they paid full price for it, aka a relationship.
What makes you
But
think
it's gonna
females
be
want
driven
that?
around regardless. It's gonna be driven around and shown off regardless. If you think
Because-
about it,
Whether
because
you
when
in it
you're
or
with
not.
your
You
female,
guys-
your female look like a baddie. You feel me?
True. That's
Yeah,
true.
Especially
that's
with
the
my
key.
dude,
But
they're
here's-
okay with
here's the
you
thing.
dressing a certain way when you're with them.
That's the key though. If you're driving the car, it's not a problem. But if other people are driving it or you're not there present, it's a problem. See the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a whole other scenario. That's what I'm trying to explain here.
Okay.
You're not at the showroom. They're just showing your car off without you knowing who the fuck is there, who's getting in the car, who's possibly even test driving the car, but you paid full price for it. You'll feel slighted, wouldn't you?
Well, there's a lot of guys that actually trust their girls
I was just about to say that.
and they just allow
Trust
it.
is not in that relationship.
You
that
don't
you're
want to know
talking
why
about.
they allow it and they trust because they don't want to get called insecure, small dick energy. You're controlling.
energy.
Because anything,
No, but that
whenever a
is
man
kinda
has
true.
boundaries, right? This is what I've come to realize from interviewing well over 1,000 women. Anytime a guy has boundaries when it comes to like their girls like marketing herself or whatever, or her having a certain type of past, whatever, women always say some bullshit about you're insecure, you're just controlling, blah blah blah. So most guys don't want to deal with that negative connotation. They just let her do whatever.
Yeah.
But if you ask the guy, you put him in a room where no one's gonna bother him or judge him or talk shit, they would prefer you stay your ass at home. Trust me.
Yeah.
They just can't be honest about this shit because girls always give the responses you guys gave earlier.
Yep.
Well, I should be able to do what I want to do if you can do what you want to do. Well, we just went over the fact that y'all are all trust fund babies.
Mm-hmm.
All due respect. You're born with your beauty, right? Men are going to give you attention just simply because you exist. Us though, I don't care how famous I get. Rihanna's never going to DM me, bro. Yeah, I don't care how good looking I am. No chick is going to DM me. But you guys might get hit up by an A-list celeb just for being a girl. We're never going to get that type of opportunity. So we're not the same. We don't. You guys play the game on easy mode. We play the game on hard mode. So
you
if
guys
we-
control the game because if you guys go out, you guys are looking for the females. Who are you going to like?
Incorrect. Women hold all the leverage when it comes to sex.
If you don't open your legs, we can't
But
play
that's
the
the
game.
point. Exactly.
Yes.
If we are the ones that say yes, we're the ones that give the consent. Why can't you,
You can't just
say no?
accidentally fall in the dick fresh.
But here's the thing, though. You guys are assuming that cheating is only sex. No, cheating is
Yes.
basically as soon as a woman entertains a man
Or a
and-
man, or a man entertains. Because cheating is if a man entertains too.
Well, here's the thing, man. I mean,
Okay, we're not even gonna do that.
Long story extra short, it's okay for a nigga to do it as he please, but because of the fact that he runs
It's
everything,
providing,
you
yeah.
need to listen.
here's the thing. A man can have sex with a girl and still love his wife the same, but it doesn't work the other way around.
But doesn't make it right.
That's not
It's still
true.
cheating. If a duck is
I
a
mean,
duck,
we
it's
tell
still
guys
cheating.
to be
It's
honest
still
about
cheating.
it. You know that you're going to be open, but most guys can't because girls think that men and women are equal. But does that make
Yeah.
sense? Why going back just to stay on topic here, like with the Instagram, that's why guys have an issue with a girl going out, girls' night out, showing her
I've
body off,
heard
whatever.
it. I've heard it from different
So
people. Like
it's
different guys
disrespectful
I've
to the
talked
men. Like a lot of guys just won't admit it because they don't want to get called certain names. But it is disrespectful to the men when you pay full price for something and then she's out here with a for sale sign on her neck. That's how it
Well,
looks.
if you feel that way, you need to make sure you put your money where your mouth is. Get us what we need. Pay the bills.
Listen, you're
You feel
30.
me?
You got no negotiation right now.
Excuse me?
You're 30, so
And there's many men that
it's-
love me and
it's gonna
want
be-
me.
Yeah, and
Bitches be 50 years
They
old
love
getting
me
married.
and
you
want
out of
me.
time right now.
My vagina's
Bitches
very
be
tight.
50 years old
Yeah.
getting married.
It's very tight and clean.
It has a,
I can cook and clean.
All right, Chris.
My breath is not
So
stink.
yo, we have
And I'm
now a
pretty.
Patreon.
I'm educated. Sorry.
Listen, talk about it.
Aaron, we'll talk after the show.
yeah, we can.
Okay,
I had a
so
question.
real quick, guys,
Hold on,
Patreon right
hold on.
now. We've uploaded the Frank Castle. It's there for you guys to watch live. Check it out after the episode, but it's there right now, uploaded on Patreon.
Patreon.com/Frank
Frank Castle.
Did somebody have something? I want to make sure all the ladies get their point before. Okay, you can
I
go first.
wanted
then.
to say something in a way when you said that we're born with a trust fund. Like if you look at the situation with like Cristiano Ronaldo and his wife now, she
Yeah.
used to work at Gucci for $10 an hour, and he
Mhm.
walked into Gucci one day, and her life changed overnight. Now she's a millionaire. I feel like you're right in that sense because me, if I walk into a Gucci store, I'm not gonna be looking at a man that works at Gucci. So
No, and thank you for acknowledging that. I've always said it like a rich man can change a poor woman's life, but a rich woman won't even look a poor man's way.
A
So-
rich woman would. It has to be at a point in her life where she's settling. You gotta.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
thing that
no.
a lot of women, when they finally like get, especially high ranked women that actually have the proper funds, that's the category we're gonna leave it as. Like bitches that got bread for real. The female that got bread for real, they settle when it comes to actually finding love
So-
because they already have everything.
So-
That's why you have to separate the categories from a female who needs it and a female who don't need it. Because a bitch who don't need it
I agree
will
with her.
settle for a nigga.
So you know what happens when that scenario happens?
I'm sorry, babe. What you
It's
said?
a time clock. So regarding your statement here,
Mhm.
let's say they do go for this guy, right? How long do they really last? Not very long because that guy is not what I really want. So we're just saying, yes, for the most part.
All right, I'm going to be 100% honest. With all due respect, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
We found statistically speaking, women on a balance of probabilities almost always want a man at least at their level financially, if not
Or more.
preferably about 50% more earning income. So if a girl makes
Yeah,
100,
that's like settling.
100 if she makes 100,000, no, it's not. You're
It's-
marrying up.
No, I'm saying like marrying on your level. That's a bitch settling because most females want a nigga that's higher ranker than them.
So that proves my point. The more money a woman makes, the more difficult it is to find a
Find a
counterpart that
man,
makes that kind of money.
Yeah.
If a woman earns $100,000 per year and she wants a guy that makes $100,000 per year, well, guess what? Only 15% of the U.S. population makes $100,000 a year. That's men, women, gay people, lesbians. That's everybody, married men, etc. So you're looking for a small minority of men that actually make that kind of money. So as women climb the ladder and make more money, they actually become victims of their success when it comes to dating. As men make more money, they get more options because men can date down. You
Yeah.
literally just gave the example. Cristiano Ronaldo walks in, sees a bad chick working at Gucci making $10 an hour. You're bad. I'm gonna date you. Men don't care about a woman's income and status like that because men understand that we have to create it anyway. Like I said before, we're self-made millionaires, so we don't care about your inherited million. Does that make sense? So you can say that, but when women make more money, become more successful, they become even more selective. They settle less. I've dated many women that are doctors, lawyers, successful, etc. They refuse to deal with a man that makes less money than them. Sometimes they don't even want to date a guy that's not even educated. If let's say he makes $100,000 per year, but he's only a high school grad, and she's like, let's say a professor somewhere, she's still going to look down on that guy to some degree because she's like, well, he can't hold a conversation. You know, women that make more money and have more degrees are way more selective.
Initially, though, because think about it. If a female meets a guy, if a guy meets a female and he's like, okay, I have more money than her, automatically it's like, okay, what you think? I'm the man of the house. I make more money. I expect you. If I'm providing for you, if I'm taking care of you and all this extra, extra shit, I expect you to listen to me. But if a female meets a male and in the beginning it's like, okay, well, he's financially stable, and it comes to find out like, well, he's not really what I thought it was in the beginning, but now I got to know him. So I'm going to stick with him anyways. Yeah. Because now I like him. Now it's not even about the money. Even though in the beginning it's like, yeah, I want this man. I want this man. I want this man. I've already invested in this man. Now I love him. I don't give a fuck.
You're missing a critical component though.
Which is?
You're looking at the finish line. What I'm telling you is that most guys can't even enter the race.
Bam.
In the beginning, okay.
See, women tend to look at the finish line like the end product, but you guys don't understand that man had to run a race to even get to that point. So
he had to lie his way through.
Before he can even play the game. Some guys can't. They can't even get the barrier to entry.
Yeah, so, that's a very small percentage.
Yeah,
it happens, but not halfway or like 25% of the time.
They might have a fling with a broke dude, but it almost never lasts. Just like Freshy was alluding to earlier. If a girl gets with a guy that makes significantly less money than her, one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to acclimate and make more money and become more attractive to her to get that respect back, or B, she's going to leave him. But the time clock is on. Whereas like if a man meets a woman and he makes a lot more money than her, he's not going to put pressure on her to make money like that. He's like, oh, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
That's true.
So that's just kind of how it is. So that's why I'm trying to say, like, we don't play by the same set of rules, ladies. Like we look for different things in the opposite gender. That's why I always say, like, you can't hold men to the same standard as yourself. Well, if I don't have a girls' night out, you can't. It doesn't work that way. And quite frankly, the more successful the guy, the less leverage you have. You can't tell a dude that's a millionaire, I don't want you going out with your boys. What? Fuck you. I go get another chick right now. That's how it goes.
And then another chick and another chick and another chick.
Yep.
Another chick.
And we're happy.
Until your balls fall off and shrivel up.
Well,
exactly.
Or you catch disease or something.
Well,
8 years old.
Okay, but how is it fair? How is it fair for because he's a millionaire?
Life isn't fair. There's no fair game talking to a nigga with money. Like, period.
So how is it that he can still go out, but if his girl's a millionaire and like just being in the entertainment industry, but just being in the entertainment industry, you have to be around people. You can't just not go out.
I'll answer for you. It's very simple. Supply and demand. What's more common? Rich, wealthy, or successful men or attractive women? What's more common?
You're right. He'll find another you by next week.
So this is why I'm just telling you how the unfortunate reality is of dealing with successful guys. Like the man has the leverage once you get to a certain level. If you're a successful woman, you have two choices. Go with the guy that's below you and be unhappy because you're probably going to be the breadwinner and the leader in the relationship, or get with a successful man and understand that you're going to have to share him.
But that depends where your morale lies, because if you don't really care about the money for real, you care about how somebody treats you, that's not gonna face you.
If that's just a plus,
so
then
no. So let's do this.
If you can live comfortably, and when I say that loosely, I'm saying like middle class, right?
Okay, what's comfortable for you then? Give us the number.
Middle class, how I grew up.
What's that number? Give us income.
60K.
Are you talking about yearly?
Yeah, yearly.
Like
you can afford your life
at least $50,000 a year. That's teacher salary.
Okay. I'm a manager at Walmart.
But you're not gonna live in Miami with that much.
Hold on, Nina. I'm a manager at Walmart, right?
But Florida's
Would you
also
give me a
the most
shot?
expensive place now.
A manager.
Manager at Walmart.
Yeah.
So where's your man right now?
Stop the cap.
I'm not capping. I would.
There's many Walmart managers out there. Where's your man right now?
Okay, and if one approached me and he has,
the qualities,
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a shot.
Really?
Say he work at Walmart.
Yeah, of
What you doing?
I'm manager. I'm always.
I'm a recruiter to my job.
But it's also depends on the female too, what her standards are. Like if she grew up in that life or grew up like expecting like I lived a bougie life all my life. My daddy never said no to me. My mom never said no to me. Then it's different. But if somebody grew up, it's like middle class. I had to work for what I did. I had to, I seen my parents struggle. Then it's like, why not give somebody a chance,
Yeah.
I think you're capping though, but
I'm not at all.
I've been in a relationship like that before, though.
If that's not where you plan on being for the rest of your life.
Oh,
and
see,
you know
there
what
we
I'm
go.
There,
Now
now it's a bitch now.
itself.
But that matters. Right. You have like niggas look at that too. Like you plan on working at the bar that you're working at for the rest of your life.
No, we don't.
No, that's a come up. That's a come. You make money there. That's a come
the
up.
real answer is no, because I asked you if you worked at Walmart, if you're okay with it.
Yes.
So the real answer is if he's gonna change or do better, then you're cool with it.
I'm saying who doesn't want elevation?
If you have a plan.
Who doesn't want growth? If you want someone to stay in the same mindset, the same place they've been their whole life, no.
You just change the
Do you want that? Do you want someone to stay where they're at for their whole life?
Niggas
Their
don't give
mindset
fuck
doesn't
about
change.
I don't care.
Do you don't care?
That's cap.
No.
So if you meet a
You're
girl that
capping.
is a bartender,
Press the
right?
cap
Say she's a bartender
You're
at Live.
capping.
You meet her, you really like her, she's vibing, whatever, but she wants to do that for the rest of her life. She
That's
don't give a
great.
fuck. After kids, she's gonna go back to Live.
That's great.
No, she won't.
No.
You're
That's cap.
I just want. I just
You
want.
don't even want your girlfriends going out.
I want the
for
audience
that
real
night.
quick. I don't know if the audience. This is controversial take, but I'm gonna say it, guys. This is what I'm talking about when I say women lack empathy. You guys think I'm kidding around? Like you guys are literally watching it right now in 1080 fucking p. Women lack empathy. She's taking her perspective on dating, which is I want a man to be like successful and have a future. Applying it to Fresh. Well, why don't you want a guy that has it? Why don't you want a woman that has a future?
That's not what all I did was ask him the same question
but
he
you were
asked
questioning.
me.
Here's the thing. But here's the problem though. His answer is irrelevant because he's a man. He's not going to have the same views on his partner as you are. Men and women are different.
Yeah.
We want
Okay,
different
but
things.
you can still want the same.
Hold on.
You can still want
No.
the same thing.
Women want a successful, ambitious, confident man that has a bright future.
Like
a
you
man's
said.
more interested in a woman that doesn't have a past.
Facts.
That's what women don't get.
Yeah. As long
and
as you
y'all
got
don't like to hear
home,
that, but
you
that's the
eat.
truth.
But the men have the
And
most
I feel
past.
like women
But
with
we're not the
past.
same.
Fuck.
Merch.
That's what
If I could fuck a bunch of bitches,
Uh-huh.
right?
I don't want you.
Yeah.
You know why?
I don't want you.
No,
If all
let me
my
tell you
friends
why.
fucked you, I'm not.
Stop.
I'm not
If
talking
Stop.
to you.
Stop for 2
If you
seconds.
think
Stop
about
for 2
it,
seconds. Stop for 2 seconds.
You got you.
You guys don't get it. As a man that can fuck a lot of chicks, I have to bring value to the world. I have to be a somebody to get girls. It's not easy. I don't know if y'all know this, but 1 in 3 men right now
You
is a
don't think
virgin
hoes
in
is
the United
easy?
States. No, it's not. It's not. 1 in 3.
No, you don't think girls are easy. Just
No.
like how y'all.
Not a lot of them.
You don't think girls are easy too?
Wait.
Not a lot of
Some
them.
women do
With-
not have
with-
standards.
with
They
all due
will
respect-
fuck
But
what
not
they
as many
see.
men.
Guys. I'm telling you as a man, I've talked with thousands of men from all across the world. Between 18 to 30, men in the United States, 1 in 3 are either a virgin or hasn't had sex in a year.
What?
So exactly.
I know, surprising, right?
You guys have zero idea about the male experience. You guys think it's easy for me to get guys. It should be easy for you to get girls. No, there's a small minority of men that can pull chicks like that. Most guys are involuntary celibate. That's the truth. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're not the same. Just because you have an easy dating experience does not mean that men have an easy dating experience. So you asking him, well, don't you want a guy or a girl that's ambitious? No, that's your female standard. Men don't necessarily care about that. I'll take a chick that has no ambition, that's not a hoe, over a chick that's a hoe that has crazy ambition any day.
But if
Yep.
the girl is quote unquote a hoe, then it's not a dating experience. She's just doing whatever she does when she goes out. But so, okay, for example, I have a homeboy that we just had this conversation. He's like, oh, we went to this party, out the States, but there was one girl left, and my homeboy was like, fuck it, that's the last girl. That's who I'm gonna hit. They're not thinking about that. That's what it's like to be a hoe. You don't know nothing about this girl. You don't know her name. She's just the last one standing.
Fucking her raw.
And you're gonna fuck
And you're
her
gonna still
because
do
she's
it.
the last one, and that the night is over. That's the last one. But if a girl, if girl does that, obviously it's a hoe. It's the same thing. You're both being a hoe. It's just it's looked at different because it's female.
And correct, because men aren't hoes. We're hoe makers.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the truth. Like,
you could be a hoe as a male.
No, man. Like, it's
We
not
make
the same.
hoes.
Yo,
Hoe
it's
machine.
very simple, ladies. I don't know why y'all can't understand this. It's hard for men to get sex. Therefore, they're respected if they can fuck a lot. It's easy for girls to get sex. Therefore, you're not respected if you fuck a lot.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. Okay? Like, if you play the game on easy mode, you can't get hard mode benefits. I mean, I don't know why women can't grasp that. Like, it's not
To
easy
be
for men to get laid.
And I feel like now society makes it harder to get laid too. Cause it's like, oh, like certain girls, they be like, oh, you have to pay to fuck me, or what are you gonna do? You gotta do this,
That's
you
facts.
gotta do that.
The girl
Women's
last
standards.
night.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
This is what's happened. We talk about this in detail on our regular like daytime show. But women make more money now. There's social media, there's dating apps, etc. So a guy that would have been attractive maybe 50 years ago is no longer attractive now. Why is a girl going to settle with a guy that makes 50 grand per year that works at Walmart when there's dudes hitting her up on Instagram that make 100K that live in Miami or LA? Or she has access to certain types of men that she wouldn't have had before. We have an unprecedented level of access to people of higher status now. And it benefits women. Because if you leave women to their own devices, what are they going to do? They're going to pick the best man.
And
so the top guys are getting all the girls.
And just after that point, there's so many barriers to it because think about this. Every guy that talks to you, right? Do you talk to them back?
No.
Exactly. So let's say 10 guys approach you, right? Out of 10, maybe one might get through. But let's be real here. You're going to pick the best guy that works for you, that you like.
Yeah.
And guess what? A lot of guys are in the current dating market. They want you because either you're attractive, you're hot, and they'll go for anything You guys are very selective because you don't want to just for anybody. So
Mm.
that's why guys have a tough time getting girls because the numbers are not in their favor.
And I don't think women understand that or know, because you guys, you know, they call it the apex fallacy. Shout out to Rolo. Like, you only see a small percentage of men, and those men that you see are the ones fucking all the chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see the other 80-90%. You don't see the
not
dude
doing
bagging
none
your
of that.
groceries
At
at
CVS.
Publix. You don't see this
I do.
CVS guy.
Walmart.
Some will be fine.
They do.
Okay.
I'm gonna help them though.
You look at somebody.
You ain't gonna take him serious though. You ain't gonna give him a chance, bro.
Can I explain myself, please?
You ain't gonna give him a chance.
Let me explain myself.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Say your piece. And then you had something too, right?
I was agreeing with what she
We
said.
gotta read the chats as well.
Okay. Yeah, I
Real
know they're
quick.
piling up. Go
So
ahead.
the guys that'll be like at Publix, something like that, like
Yeah.
they could be awesome guys. They could be going through something. They could be, waiting for their crypto to pop. You just never know. So
I'm not gonna
hi.
hold
Okay.
you.
Where's your guy then?
I
feel
choose to be
wait,
single. You want me to go see my phone, my
Man,
call off?
let me
Let's
go.
read the chats real quick because
Exactly.
they're pull up here.
All right, I'll read these chats and then just hold on to your thoughts, ladies. I'll come right back to you.
And then from
from this, what